the wild doesn't care if you're ready.
I always love to say, if you get stuck in the wilderness and you have a knife on you, your survival chances just jumped quite a bit. Because when you have a knife in the wilderness or in any kind of situation, it can make a difference between life or death. Glass breakers. Got a cut, got a blade right there. Need to cut some rope. I think it's crazy, and so is the blade. Perfect grip. One of the most fine-tuned blades that I ever had. This, if I was in the wild and I needed a knife and I had to depend on that sole knife to hunt, fish, protect myself, or, you know, cut wood or anything of that nature, this would be the go-to knife right here. Because in my opinion, this is an all-purpose knife. Like I said, even in bad situations, you can use that glass break. Some people call this a switchblade. To tell you the truth, I call it switchblade too. I like this knife. It has a glass break at the bottom, also with a bottle opener. It's easy to grip, up and down click. This is one of my older knives, but I still keep it with me. A sentimental value. A setup for EDC. If you got anything you like it, the Kershaw. Check out their knife collection. They have a pretty good knife collection. This right here is an outdoor knife. I think this is one of my favorite outdoor knives for the simple fact is I love the grip. I love the curvature blade on. It kind of makes it easy for cutting something. It reminds me a lot of a smaller fish blade. You know, most fish blades have the curve at the end, make it easy for you to slice. I like this one. This is definitely a part of my EDC lineup for the most part. I like this blade. It's not multifunctional, but it's definitely an outdoor blade. So if you needed to bug out with something, or you know, if you were stuck in the wilderness with this or wherever, I think this will bring you some good fortune. So definitely check out this outdoor blade. This will be added up into the lineup of the WarPath catalog that's coming in the summer. So stay tuned. And if you like the curve outdoor blades with the grip, you know, want to add it to your EDC, check it out. Okay, so don't laugh. Please don't laugh. So a lot of times I tend to carry more than one knife on me. I don't know why. It's just a habit. Like I said, I do feel like having a knife on you makes a big difference in your chance of survival if you was in the wilderness. Now, I'm not saying if you was in a gunfight. You know, I believe in the old saying, never bring a knife to a gunfight. I'm not talking about that. But say you had to flee to the wilderness, or say you were just out in the woods and you needed a knife. Well, this is my gripper. Yep, $10. And you're probably laughing about how small it is, but guys, you really have no idea how reliable this thing is. Like, it is so sharp and it's easy to clip on. You can add it to a pack. You could put it in your pocket and not even notice it's there. It saves space. Like, this joker right here is pretty cool, you know, and it's one of my favorite knives out of my knife collection. And I own at least about 10, 11 knives. This is definitely one of my favorite. And I'm showing you my favorite knives right now. So, you know, that's why this one is definitely in my top 5. Because I carry it every day. You never know. Alright, guys. This next one right here is definitely my number one. It is my EDC that I carry with my Canic. It matches the green. This bad boy right here. It has the spot for you to add on to your belt. There it is. So you run your tactical belt through there, and you add it to your waist along with your pistol. So yeah, this is my favorite. Yeah, when I say this thing has so much weight to it, it is definitely heavy. The blade is beautiful. Like, it is definitely used for a lot of things. It's right here you can get into a good fight with. You can get you some good food cutting. I think they call this a bushcraft blade, if I'm not mistaken. Or it can be identified as a bushcraft blade. But it's leveled perfectly. It's easy to grip. It has weight. This is so durable. Like, I feel like I could clash this thing with a sword and like I might win. Nah, I'm just playing, y'all. But this is definitely one of my favorite EDCs. Like I said, I line it up. I carry it with my Canic. I have a T9 that I carry this with. It's the same color and everything. So it's definitely my combo duo. The blade is beautiful. This is one of the most beautiful blades I've seen. I don't remember how much I spent for the knives, but if you guys want something very similar in different type of styles, we have some on the WarPath Outfitters page. So definitely check it out. You know, find your EDC. Now that I showed you my top 5, what's yours? Yo, so this is the WarPath Outfitters basic survival box. Sorry. So this is just a prototype. So what's going on here with this is we're gonna be stuffing this thing with some basic survival things that I know you guys are gonna like, and I know that you guys are gonna need. So something along the lines of like a basic outdoor knife, some paracord, a compass, and a morale patch with some decals. You know, don't know what you're gonna need that for, but hey, support the brand because WarPath Outfitters. It's where you forge your own path, and this is where legacy starts. Kits on the way.